Hello friends, join me as I try to break down test and measurement in sports in a way that makes it super easy for class 12 students to understand. Many students face the issue of time management with the pressure to perform well academically. This video lecture will help you to solve all problems related to test and measurement in sports. Let's get started. Test and measurement in sports. In this chapter, following test items will be covered. 1. Fitness test. SAI Khelo India fitness test in school age group 5 to 8 years or class 1 to 3. Age group 9 to 18 or class 4 to 12. 2. Measurement of cardiovascular fitness, Harvard step test. 3. Computing basal metabolic rate, BMR. 4. Rickley and Jones senior citizen fitness test. 5. Johnson-Matheny test of motor educability. The SAI Khelo India fitness test is a standardized fitness assessment test introduced to evaluate the physical fitness of school students. For the age group of 5 to 8 years, class 1 to 3, below is a detailed explanation of the test items, their purpose, equipment used, procedure, and scoring. 1. Body mass index, BMI. Purpose to evaluate the overall physical fitness by determining the child's body composition through height and weight. Equipment digital weighing scale stadiometer or a measuring tape for height. Procedure 1. Measure the child's weight using a weighing scale. 2. Measure the height with the stadiometer or measuring tape against a flat wall. 3. Record both measurements in kilograms and meters respectively. 4. Calculate BMI using the formula. BMI is equal to weight upon square of height. Scoring the BMI is compared against age and gender-specific reference charts to classify the child into categories such as underweight, healthy weight, overweight, or obese. 2. Flamingo balance test. Purpose to measure balance and leg strength. Equipment: a flat, non-slippery surface, beam and stopwatch. Procedure 1. The child stands barefoot on the beam on one leg. The other leg is bent with the foot placed against the standing leg's knee. 3. The child balances for as long as possible without losing posture or touching the ground. 4. Timing begins once the child achieves balance and stops if they lose balance or put their foot down. Scoring: the total number of falls or loss of balance in 60 seconds of balancing is recorded. 3. Plate tapping test. Purpose to measure speed and coordination of hand movements. Equipment: 2 plates placed 60 centimeters apart. Table, 2 yellow discs, 1 rectangle, stopwatch and pen. Procedure: the 2 yellow discs are placed with their centers 60 centimeters apart on the table. The rectangle is placed equidistant between both discs. The non-preferred hand is placed on the rectangle. On the signal, the child alternates tapping each plate as quickly as possible using the preferred hand. This action is repeated for 25 full cycles, 50 taps. Scoring: the time taken to complete 25 cycles is recorded. Higher scores indicate better hand-eye coordination and speed. These fitness tests provide a comprehensive overview of a child's physical fitness, focusing on body composition, balance, coordination, and agility, all crucial for their holistic development. The SAI Khelo India fitness test is designed to assess the fitness levels of school children aged 9 to 18 years, classes 4 to 12. It comprises of following test items. 1. BMI, Body Mass Index. Purpose to assess the body composition and determine if a child's weight is appropriate for their height. Equipment: weighing scale and stadiometer, or measuring tape for height. Procedure 1. Measure the height of the student without shoes, ensuring they stand straight with their back against a wall or stadiometer. 2. Record the weight using a weighing scale. Scoring: BMI is equal to weight upon square of height. Compare the BMI value with the standard age-wise BMI charts to determine fitness levels. BMI chart is shown in this slide. To 50-meter sprint. Purpose to assess speed and acceleration. Equipment stopwatch measuring tape cones or markers. Procedure 1. Mark a 50-meter straight track. The student starts from a standing position at the start line. 3. On the signal, the student sprints to the finish line as quickly as possible. Scoring. Record the time taken to complete the sprint. Compare with normative data for the age group. 3. Sit and reach test. Purpose to measure the flexibility of the lower back and hamstring muscles. Equipment. Sit and reach test box with measuring scale. Procedure 1. The student sits with legs extended straight against the sit and reach box. 2. Place one hand over the other and slowly reach forward as far as possible. 3. Hold the position for a moment. Scoring. Measure the distance reached beyond the toes in centimeters. If the student cannot reach the toes, record the distance from the toes. 4. Push-ups for boys and modified push-ups for girls. Purpose to measure upper body strength and endurance. Equipment. Gym mats and stopwatch. Procedure 1. Boys perform standard push-ups with hand and toes touching the floor, while girls perform modified push-ups with knees, toes and hands on the ground. The student performs as many push-ups as possible without a break. Scoring. Count the total number of push-ups performed correctly. 5. Partial curl-ups. Purpose to measure abdominal strength and endurance. Equipment. Mats and stopwatch. Procedure 1. The student lies on their back with knees bent and feet flat on the ground, arms extended along the thighs. To curl up until the fingers touch the knees, then return to the starting position. 3. Perform as many as possible within 30 seconds. Scoring. Count the number of correct curl-ups completed. 600-meter run or walk test. Purpose to measure cardiovascular endurance and aerobic capacity. Equipment. Stopwatch and track or marked field. Procedure. The student runs or walks 600 meters at their best pace. Scoring. Record the time taken to complete the distance. Compare with age group norms. Scoring and interpretation. Each test item is scored individually, and results are compared to standardized norms. The overall fitness level is evaluated based on the performance in all test items. This fitness test provides a comprehensive overview of the student's physical fitness and helps in identifying areas for improvement. Harvard Step Test. The Harvard Step Test is a test of aerobic fitness developed by Bruha, 1943. This is a simple and widely used method for assessing cardiovascular fitness and endurance. Here is a detailed breakdown of the test. Purpose. The Harvard Step Test is designed to measure cardiovascular endurance. Assess the recovery rate of the heart following exercise. Evaluate overall aerobic fitness. Test items and equipment. Bench should be 20 inches high for men and 16 inches high for women. Stopwatch, metronome, optional, pulse rate recorder and chair. Procedure. Preparation. The participant should be in normal health. Avoid any strenuous activity prior to the test. Set up the bench and ensure all equipments are ready. Execution. The participant steps up and down on the bench for 5 minutes at a rate of 30 steps per minute, 1 step every 2 seconds. Ensure the participant maintains proper form, 1 foot fully on the bench and both feet returning to the ground each time. Post-exercise recovery. At the end of 5 minutes, the participant sits down immediately. Measure the pulse rate at 3 intervals. Pulse 1, P1, 1 to 1.5 minutes after exercise. Pulse 2, P2, 2 to 2.5 minutes after exercise. Pulse 3, P3, 3 to 3.5 minutes after exercise. Scoring. The fitness score, Harvard Step Test Index, is calculated using the following formulas. Both the formulas are shown on the screen. Duration of exercise, 300 seconds, 5 minutes, if completed, otherwise, the actual duration if the participant stops early. Interpretation of scores. The scores are shown in the table. Significance 1. Cardiovascular recovery. A quicker recovery rate indicates better cardiovascular fitness. 2. Endurance level provides a general indication of aerobic endurance and overall fitness. 3. Baseline assessment can be used to monitor fitness improvements over time. This test is particularly useful for athletes, students, and individuals undergoing fitness training programs. Basal metabolic rate is the number of calories your body needs to perform its basic life-sustaining functions while at rest. These functions include breathing, circulation, maintaining body temperature, and cell production. BMR is an important factor for determining daily calorie needs and is influenced by several factors such as age, sex, weight, height, and body composition. Formulas for calculating BMR. Mifflin-St. Jean equation, considered more accurate for most people. These two formulas are used for men and women separately. Steps to use BMR. 1. Calculate BMR using one of the above formulas. 2. Adjust for activity level. Multiply your BMR by an activity factor to determine your total daily energy expenditure as shown in the slide. Your total daily energy expenditure help you to understand how many calories you need to maintain, lose, or gain weight depending on your goals. The Rickley and Jones test is a standardized senior citizen fitness test designed to measure the physical fitness of older adults, generally aged 60 and above. It assesses key fitness components required for performing daily activities independently and safely. Developed by Robert E. Rickley and Jesse Jones, the test focuses on functional fitness, including strength, endurance, flexibility, agility, and balance. Components of the Rickley and Jones test. 1. Chair stand test. Objective measures leg strength. Equipments required: a chair and a stopwatch. Procedure: the participant's feet should be shoulder width apart and flat on the floor. The arms should be crossed at the wrists and held close to the chest. From the sitting position, at the start signal the participant stands up completely, then go back down. This is repeated for 30 seconds. Scoring: count the total number of complete chair stands in 30 seconds. 2. Arm curl test. Objective measures upper arm strength. Equipment required: dumbbells for men 8 pound, for women 5 pound, stopwatch, a straight back chair with no arms. Procedure: the participant performs as many bicep curls as possible in 30 seconds using a dumbbell, 5 pounds for women, 8 pounds for men. Scoring: count the total number of arm curls performed in 30 seconds. 3. Chair sit and reach test. Objective: assesses hamstring and lower back flexibility. Equipment required: ruler and chair. Procedure: the participant sits on a chair, extends one leg forward, and tries to touch their toes. Number of trials: 2. Scoring: the distance is measured between the tip of the fingertips and the toes. If the fingertips touch the toes, then the score is 0. If they do not touch, measure the distance between the fingers and the toes, it's a negative score. If they overlap, measure it as positive score. 4. Back scratch test. Objective measures shoulder flexibility. Equipments required: a ruler. Procedure: the participant tries to touch their hands together behind their back, one hand reaching over the shoulder and the other reaching up from the waist. Scoring: if the fingertips touch, then the score is 0. If they do not touch, measure the distance between the fingertips as negative score. If they overlap, measure it as positive score. 8. Foot up and go test. Objective measures dynamic balance and agility. Equipments required: a chair, a stopwatch, cone marker, measuring tape, and an area without any hindrances. Procedure: the participant gets up from a chair, walks 8 feet, turns around, and returns to the chair as quickly as possible. Number of trials: 2. Scoring time taken in seconds between command, go, and return back to the chair will be recorded. 6-minute walk test. Objective: this test measure aerobic fitness of senior citizen. Equipment required: mark track, stopwatch and cone. Procedure: participant will start walking with the command, go, and continuously walk on the track for 6 minutes. The participant has to cover maximum distance in 6 minutes but without running. Scoring maximum distance covered in 6 minutes. The Johnson-Metheny test is a physical performance assessment designed to evaluate motor skills, coordination, and agility. Below is an explanation of the procedures and scoring for each component. 1. Front roll, forward roll. Procedure: the participant starts in a standing position with feet together and hands raised above the head. They bend their knees, place their hands on the ground, tuck their chin, and roll forward over their shoulders and back to a standing position. Scoring: full marks are awarded if the participant completes the roll smoothly, maintains proper technique, and returns to a standing position without losing balance. Points are deducted for poor form, hesitation, or failure to complete the roll. Each correct roll gets 5 points, hence maximum of 10 points can be awarded. To back roll, backward roll, procedure: the participant starts in a seated or squatting position. They tuck their chin to their chest, push off with their hands, and roll backward over their shoulders, returning to a sitting or standing position. Scoring: full marks are given for smooth execution, correct form and balance. Points are deducted for improper technique, such as not tucking the chin, uneven rolling or failure to return to position. 3. Jumping half-turn procedure: the participant starts in a standing position. They jump straight up, rotating 180 degrees mid-air to face the opposite direction and land softly with balance. Scoring: perfect execution of 4 jumps is worth 10 points. Only 2 points will be deducted for wrong jump. Full points are awarded for proper takeoff, a controlled 180-degree turn, and a stable landing. Deductions are made for incomplete turns, unsteady landings, or loss of balance. 4. Jumping full turn procedure: the participant starts in a standing position. They jump vertically, executing a complete 360-degree rotation in midair and land softly facing their original direction. Scoring: perfect execution of 5 jumps is worth 10 points. 2 points are deducted if the subject fails to keep balance on landing on both feet, turns too far, or oversteps the squares. Points are awarded for achieving a full 360-degree rotation, controlled execution, and a balanced landing. Typically, each skill is scored out of a specific maximum, example 10 points, depending on the test format. The total score for all components determines the overall performance rating. Thanks for watching, and if you have any experiences or thoughts about physical education, please share them in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out more videos on related topics. We will catch you in the next one. Have a nice day.